Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Gaby from Beyond My Island, and here we talk anything that is related to travel. So first and foremost, I would like to remind you about last week's video where I did an ASOS haul, part of it related to travel and part of it related to activewear. And I hope that you also enjoyed the video where I spoke about the 2020 hottest destinations. So this week I was kind of excited but dreaded at the same time to do this. I was excited because I love teaching and I love explaining and giving tips and information, but at the same time I am dreading it because if I am filming this video, that means that the problem has escalated worldwide. So as you can see from the name, today I'm going to speak about traveling safe during the COVID-19, more commonly known as the coronavirus. So firstly, I would like to say that I'm a nurse. I work in the theatre section at Mater Dei Hospital in Malta, and I'm going to teach you what they have taught us during training, lectures, and during our time setting up and preparing our hospital. This is information, it's not the Bible, and this kind of information changes every day, if not every hour, depending on how much more we learn about it. So what I say today may not be available tomorrow, but the basics will be the same for almost any other infectious disease. So even if you're seeing this video and the coronavirus has disappeared, thank God, you can still apply these tips for other diseases and any other virus and microbe. So I made some notes, again from what I learned, taught and trained, and I divided it into categories so that obviously we will make it travel friendly. So, first and foremost, the COVID-19 or coronavirus. So the symptoms are mostly like the symptoms of the normal flu. So be it fever, cough, and all those other symptoms that you will experience every year with the seasonal influenza. Okay? Transmission mode, it's by droplet. So that means that if somebody sneezes, coughs on you, or on the surfaces where you touch. It's important to say droplet and not airborne. Airborne means that the virus spreads in the air, like tuberculosis, TB, okay? And it's important that we minimize spread by quarantine, first and foremost, after you think that you've been exposed, and before you've been exposed, you take safety precautions. You don't take hysteria precautions, but safety, healthy precautions. So number one, I divided this into a 4 category, almost 5, but let's say 4. And the first category is prep. So prep if you are going abroad, and that means going abroad for work, for a trip that you can't cancel or that you can't miss, in a country where it is not on lockdown, and when it is permissible to go from your country. So I live in Malta, and right now we can't go to Italy, Germany, Spain, France, South Korea, China, and Iran, I believe, and Switzerland. But obviously this list may increase or may decrease depending how much they are containing in those countries. So, prep. You will need alcohol wipes for sanitizing surfaces. And when I say alcohol wipes, it does not mean those mini wipes that you usually buy from shops that are scented. Those will not kill viruses, okay? Number 2 is hand sanitizer for personal use. And again, hand sanitizer should be with alcohol. So some of them that are small and they are scented, they might not cover you from viruses because they don't kill it or them. Okay? Now when I talk about hand sanitizers, the best thing to do for your hands is to wash with soap and water. But the sanitizer is best for in places where a sink, soap and water are not available. Secondly is the proper sanitizing technique. So even if it's not about COVID-19, there is a proper sanitizing technique. If I see somebody putting sanitizer, doing this and this, that is not appropriate. It's better than nothing, but viruses can still live on your hands. So basically, when you put the sanitizer on your hand, you cover all your hands by obviously doing this, by doing the tops of your hands, like this, by doing the tips of your fingers, like this, including the thumb, by doing specifically the thumb, and by doing your wrist area. Okay? So that is how you do proper alcohol sanitizing technique. And if your hands are soiled, soiled means visibly dirty, then the sanitizer is not enough. You have to first wash with soap and water and then do the alcohol sanitizer. The other thing when it comes to PrEP is a mask. And the best mask to wear is not the green surgical mask. It is the N95 or FFP3. N95 is a white, like half sphere mask, and the FFP3 mask looks similar to it but has a filter in the middle. When talking about masks, I would also like to point out that I've seen people wearing masks and then as they're about to speak, they remove it so that they are misunderstood better. You're defeating the whole purpose, so be careful. Section number 2. So you've prepped, you've packed everything, and you're ready to go. The first thing that comes to wiping is going into the airport. So be careful about common seats, common doorknobs, bathrooms, and all those other common touchy areas. The handles of your luggage, especially if they are handled by airport crew. Okay? Airplane, and I think I've spoken about this before. It's very important to wipe your handrests, your tables, and your headrests, which is commonly forgotten. If you sneeze, you touch your hair, and then you rest your head, that is a source of spreading. So think about that. Most airplanes have this kind of disposable thing where you put your headrest, wipe it. Okay? And also, so we've spoken about airport, airplane. Now when it comes to lodging, it's important to wipe the common used areas, like for example, the telephone receiver, doors and knobs again, but also the consumables. For example, you go to a restaurant, fork and knife, wipe. You wipe the rim of your glass, and obviously not in panic mode, other areas that you may touch, because you don't know if the waiter that's laying your table sneezed and then put your cutlery on the table. So consumables are important. Step number 3, so part number 3 would be contact. Contact with other people, especially if you know that they're infected. So let's minimize spread by no hugging, okay? No kissing, especially in these cultures where people tend to kiss even 3 times. Don't do that. Avoid handshakes. If unnecessary, I'm not telling you don't kiss your husband or your mother, if obviously you know that you are all clean, okay? Sneezing and coughing. So I've seen people sneeze and cough. They sneeze or they cough like this. And that should be avoided. If right immediately you sneeze or cough, you wash your hands, okay? The best thing to sneeze or cough is on the inside of your elbow, okay? And it's done like that because obviously here is a less touchy area than here, okay? And education. So if you see somebody sneezing, even if it's not in your reach when you can get infected, please educate people. Some people might rebel and tell you, oh, you don't have to do that to me, mind your own business. No, do that, and do that with pride, even if not for coronavirus, okay? Section number 4 would be concerning your everyday life, okay? So you need to drink plenty of water, and you need to keep your throat as moisturized as possible, so that germs may not clunk faster. So keep hydrated. Maintain a well-balanced and healthy diet, including fruit and veg and protein. And you can, especially if you are disease-prone or infection-prone, or you have low immunity because of another disease, have immunity boosters. There are the natural immunity boosters like turmeric, ginger, lemon, honey, or else you can get these supplements. Okay, and as you can read on the bottles, they are not as a replacement of a healthy diet. Plus, if you suffer from any condition, consider speaking to your doctor before taking them, or even pharmacist will do. If any symptoms occur to you abroad or here in Malta, if you are Maltese, do not visit your personal GP, do not go to pharmacies, do not go to health center, and do not go to the emergency department. It's best to call on the phone. Here in Malta, obviously, we have a helpline, which is 111, and you can ask whatever you like, and they will help you in the best way they can, okay? And the last thing that I wanted to mention is to quarantine. So you've been where you wanted to be, you have come back, hopefully, and now it's time to take care of yourself, but mostly to take care of other people, especially the vulnerable minorities. So stay at home, okay? A lot of supermarkets, they're also doing delivery. But here in Malta, the health minister announced that if you need any help regarding meds and food, you can contact them and they can arrange something for you, okay? And self-quarantine, which is very important. If you're not living home alone, your family members need to stay in quarantine with you, okay? If you've come from a country that you're not sure if it has been greatly affected, before going out to work, to school, whatever, phone the helpline and they will guide you accordingly. I think that was everything that I wanted to say. I know that I speak about travel-related items and topics, but this could be also implemented in your everyday life. I hope you found this useful. I'm not saying enjoy like I usually say, but I hope you found this useful. I hope you can see it yourself, share it to other people, and educate yourself and keep informed. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please consider giving a thumbs up to this video and subscribing to my channel. And if you are in quarantine and have some time on your hands, just go and look my other vlogs on this channel. You can also follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. So that's it for now. I will see you next week with a new video. But until then, Gaby from Beyond My Island. See you guys. Take care.